to what more?
And then from there, we started, I think the first kind of real business thing we did together is we went to like a investment property tour. Again, shout out to Cam Cassidy.
Big shout out to Cam.
We'll have him on the podcast. But yeah,
100%.
After that, we kind of just, I obviously got my real estate license. You guys are mortgage agents. We were kind of, dabbling upon that. We were kind of just learning a lot, learning about networking, about all that type of stuff.
Again, we still are, but we're just sponges, just anything that we could learn, we're just soaking up and, wanting to take action on it, right?
And definitely at that stage, our main goal is kind of like to get our names out there because, of course, like we're 19 and of course, still is. But like at that point, it was like we're 19, we don't really know anybody in the industry. So like our number one thing was to start a soccer league, and which was a good idea. And the reason behind that was because like obviously we'd meet like parents involved, and we just get our name out in like the all of Durham, basically.
Oh my! Should we go in with how we went to the schools and everything?
Let's keep talking about that. Yeah, let's keep talking about it.
Keep it moving.
Let's keep on that.
Should we?
Yeah. Okay. Well, honestly, so with the soccer league,
start from the start though. Start from the start.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we had the idea. Obviously, we kind of lunk up, and that was kind of how this whole thing originated. But we made posters, and we kind of had an actual solid plan with how we were going to go about advertising for the soccer league. Mm-hmm. So Khalil's uncle printed us like 300 flyers or something, right?
Something crazy.
Absurd amount for what it was. And we went to, I'd say 7 to 8 local elementary schools, because it was the soccer league was based from grades 1 to 8 is what like the aim was for it.
And me and Nolan even connected with like an old principal that we had.
Insane, but yeah, so we went to seven or 8 elementary schools. First of all, I don't think you're allowed to hand out.
It's illegal as shit.
Yeah. Anyways, they were asking like, "Oh, do you guys usually do this?" Whatever. We're like, "Yeah, we handed out like posters everywhere, right?" We got a few calls back from like actual kids, like parents from the elementary schools or whatever. But
did we?
Obviously, like we got.
The thing is
whatever it may be, but
no, because the thing is like when we were handing out the flyers, by the time we had the flyers, we still had no plan of how we're gonna.
All we had was a permit.
Yeah,
we had a permit, and we had no plan of how they're gonna actually like sign up.
Oh yeah, so we did get a permit.
We messed up.
Anyways, this is low key like our first, I guess, group. Like a team venture, team project. Obviously it fell through, but still, to take away, like we took a lot of experience away from it in the sense of time management and how to actually plan properly with, deadlines and everything. We learned a lot with that, so there's stuff to take away from it. At least 100%. We took away from it. We did it. We can say we did it, and it's a funny story to look back on now.
And if you want, you can go see the Durham Soccer League Instagram account. Of course, nothing uploaded, but we tried.
It is a real thing. We did try.
But yeah, sorry. From there, so Redice.
So I think around, that was like probably like May, June, maybe we started to do that.
Yeah.
So that was literally just after I got my real estate license. And then pretty much, like what happened, like what did we do during that summer? So I guess it wasn't until June, or was it July, where we went to our first networking event?
July, beginning of July.
July, for sure.
And so I feel like that event especially was like a huge, like, what's the word? Like a tipping point, because I don't know if you guys remember. So it was Austin's event, and it was downtown, and we all went there, and it was crazy because people were coming up to us and they recognized us from Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That I feel like was huge, because we were like, holy shit! Like all the content we've been putting out, all the work we've been doing, someone's actually seeing it, because it was random people that just came up to us and were like, hey, like we love your stuff, we watch your stuff, and it's like, wow, like okay.
It was like super eye opening, and then after that we went to every single one. But like that was a networking event. We met like Mike Rosehart. I know he definitely like, inspired all of us.
Even like again, that was literally our first networking event, where the fact that we met at our first one too, these big names hitters, where they're doing multiple properties, they have tons of units, you know what I mean, and the amount of money just flowing through them is insane. And then we start talking to them and everything. And just the advice, and like they're just so down to earth in that sense. We're like, shit, like this is like, let's continue this on the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
From there, every single month we were trying to do at least 2 to 3 networking events per month at that point.
Yeah.
Prime summer, we were downtown a lot, just getting content, and again getting our name out there, putting ourselves in the positions to meet these higher up people, right?
Well, and one thing we completely forgot to mention is, I would say around June, around April maybe, or whatever, May maybe, that's when we actually got our office.
Oh yeah.
We got our own office.
Which was in Ajax,
Yeah, which is not a thing anymore.
A lot of memories there.
A lot, bro, so many memories. We can have, oh my God.
It was cool too for the time that it was, the fact that we had that accessibility to just be able to, every day that we wanted to work and get together, we had a guaranteed spot
Exactly.
where no one's bugging us, right? Because even, you know, if we were to go to one of our houses, someone's always there in that sense.
100%.
And it was perfect, and it worked out because it's like we have our office in Toronto, which is like our brokerage office, but this one's in Ajax, so it's right in the middle between us, and it just worked out perfectly in that sense.
Exactly. And not even that, it was just somewhere where we like literally like without that office we would not have built our brands. So much stuff we would have missed out on, so many meetings we wouldn't have been able to take. And
like the hours of us sitting there like trying to record one video.
Like,
the amount of stuff we
brainstorming
learned.
like we still have footage of like us goal setting for 2020. Like I have that footage shown. Like just looking back at that is insane, right? Like we had a whole boardroom.
That's where a lot of books came from.
We won't talk about that. Oh god.
But yeah,
so where are we now? We're
from July going into August. I remember specifically. It was mid-August. I just came back from Cuba, and literally,
you had your vacation.
We linked up. I think it was 2 days after, and it was like a big networking event. But we went downtown for the whole day. We got we spent like 3-4 hours getting content at the pier.
Oh, Polson. Was that before? I thought it was before.
No, it was right after. I remember, trust it. It was right after I came back.
Polson Pier, where we filmed like that video.
We did all of that content, and then we went to Graffiti Alley. We got some content there, just some pictures and everything. But that was like a full day of content where after that, we still spent 4 hours at the networking event.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Taken, that was like literally a year from now, like a year ago from today, basically.
Yeah, which is insane.
Like, looking back on those videos is actually like
we actually killed it with that.
But like, after that, September, nothing major, but then September was us planning for our Ottawa trip.
Yeah, and I feel like that trip was like I feel like I don't even like
that was
that trip was insane. So.
Yeah, no, that was October.
That really like showed us like the power of like your network is your net worth, as well as like the personal brand, and just
100%. Well, I guess real high level what that Ottawa trip consisted of. There's a vlog on my YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out. But pretty much, we did a mansion tour, we did a meetup for our followers, we did an interview. What else did we do? We literally just visited the University of Ottawa.
We held like a little like meetup, I guess. Yeah. And again, shout out to Band Finance. That was just another person that we connected with on social media. Who the fact he was in Ottawa, we were already down there. We did a little interview with him. He has some amazing questions.
Yeah.
And now this is literally a contact where we talk to pretty frequently. Like I'd consider him pretty close in that sense.
He's definitely like an extension of the team, just in Ottawa.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
We'll get into that in a bit on the story too, because there's something like that was supposed to happen this year, but didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
but
it's crazy because. Do you remember us like sitting by what's like the main area again?
Like the Parliament?
The Parliament. We were like all standing by the Parliament. It's time for the meetup. We're like, okay, no one's showing up.
No one showed up at first,
and then like 10 after Band Finance comes slowly, like everyone starts coming in. We're just like there, like
we're like,
where
did
this get? Where did this
like
come
how
from?
did you even know about this?
And they're like all like they all know us, and then like we're
how
like
many people were there until maybe like what, like 5?
No, I think there's like a good 10.
Were there? Because there was. Well, we won't get into it, but yeah,
we're counting the kids.
Say like
all those kids.
5 to 7, 5 to 7,
around 5 to 7, which was again insane considering.
Yeah, like the fact that we were just able to do that meetup. Again, you guys are probably thinking like, what's 5 to 7? But like just actually seeing people show up and stuff from what
Ottawa
we're doing,
too,
right? Yeah, and it's not our city, right? It's not Oshawa, it's not Toronto, it's literally Ottawa, right?
And so up a couple stories, and I think an Instagram post is just telling them we're coming there. Yeah, that's all it was from.
Yeah, but then from there. Going into November, December, we just kind of focused on getting some deals done real estate wise, and kind of like
didn't we doubling down in November? Or am I?
No,
we definitely did some like not on the scale of Ottawa, but we definitely did a little bit like day trips.
Yeah,
because we went to McMaster for the day. We went to Niagara Falls.
No, but that was this year.
That was Hamilton.
That was this year.
You guys did trip.
Gosh.
I'm telling you, we just
I'm thinking of. So we
finished the charities. What you think?
Oh, the charities! What we did.
We started. Yeah, we have to talk about this. So
wow, these guys are slacking.
Bro, I forgot we have a charity. So we started a charity called KNR Foundation.
Yeah.
This was sorry to update it. This was mid-November. We kind of planned it, and then all of December was the hosting of actually gathering everything. So.
I wrote my book in November. I think
that was January. That was after.
No. It was more December, but it was starting November. Yeah.
Okay. Now we know how.
Yeah. We did a lot. Okay. So
and those were just like we're constantly at the office at least twice a week.
This is just coming off of again. We were trying to keep to a schedule. So to paint a picture, we're trying to keep to a schedule of at least 2 times a week at the office. This was through December to November. To December, the end of the year. We're trying to keep that as the schedule. And from those two days per week, again, all of this happened. And then again, if you want to go in with the charity, feel free to explain that.
Yeah, so I guess the charity, we literally one day we were at the office and Khalil's grandma was kind of proposing the idea that, hey, like we should do some type of charity. And the idea she had was a good idea, but I feel like we all are type of people that, you know, we want to really make like an impact. Like it'd be one thing to, you know, collect stuff and then give it to like a Salvation Army or something like that. What we did instead, again, there's a video on my YouTube channel and on our social medias, but what we did is we collected like 40 bags worth of clothing.
40? No, like it was
yeah, I think it was 40 bags.
Couldn't even like it couldn't even all fit in the truck that we had.
Yeah, so like let's say 40 garbage bags full of clothing. We collected it from people on our social media, and then we took it downtown and we went to a homeless shelter and we literally were able to hand it out to people. And I guess the great part about what we did with the charity is like we actually saw what we were able to do. We actually saw people getting the clothing as opposed to, you know, just donating money, right?
Exactly. That's very true. And it was definitely like heartwarming because like we had everyone was coming up to the truck. We were able to like find people their certain sizes and stuff like that. Yeah. People would like pick through and choose whatever they want.
Yeah.
And of course, awesome. Anything that was left over, we just left at the charity. And then
I remember just doing all the, like one day I had to go collect clothes from everyone. Yeah. Had to go to Whippy, downtown Toronto, like just to do all this running around to get the clothes. And then, like my car couldn't fit it all, right? So everything's just stuffed in, and then
we're squishing in the car.
Come the time when it was charity, our first thoughts, I guess, to be honest, we knew we wanted to go down to Toronto, but we only wanted to bring a little bit, right? Our whole goal to begin with was give it away within Oshawa almost at all these local homeless places, right? Obviously, they're shelters, and people are actually using them, so we would have saw the like, holy shit.
The impact.
Yeah, the impact. Yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. My goodness. But it actually, so we were in Oshawa. We gave away a decent amount, but
we did, yeah.
What happened is they couldn't take as much stuff as we had, which, I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We gave away a lot of food there, though. That experience alone, insane, right?
Yeah.
The amount of people we met and just we actually saw them have the food, take the food, what it was, right? From there, we thought, now that we have all this clothing, let's go to Toronto, right? So Khalil was lucky enough to get a truck where we could fit all the clothing in.
Yeah, we literally had to get a truck.
Which, again, that's crazy. The truck was overfilled too, so that kind of puts a picture as to how much clothes we had. Went down, again, we had a few homeless shelters in mind. Didn't end up going to those ones. We went to a different one, which worked out probably the best.
Yeah.
It was a shelter that was literally loaded right around Christmas time too. And we were able to unload the truck. They came directly to the truck, grabbed what they needed, and then we were able to donate the rest of it to the shelter. Mm-hmm. They gave us a certificate and as a thank you and everything, mailed us a thing.
Yeah.
It was just, again, there's a vlog for it, so you guys can check it out on Jace's YouTube or Anything Financial's Instagram.
Yeah.
That was easily one of the most heartwarming and eye-opening experiences.
Like that whole drive home, we're just like still mind blown, sitting there shocked.
Like, we always have, I feel like whenever something awesome happens, like we on the car drive home, we're always like just mind blown, just like, you know, talking about it. But I feel like that specific, like the charity, because like
took a bit to actually take in, even like a few days after.
Right? Like, actually did that.
No, and then especially like again a month after. I don't know if you guys got the mail as well. Like I got like an actual thing, an envelope.
Yeah.
And I was just reading. I'm like, no, like we actually did that.
Yeah.
Like, no way. You know what I mean?
Like, and it's crazy to think like everything's so like spontaneous. Like a lot of things we do ends up happening so spontaneously. For example, like we went to Toronto and then found that like shelter because we were like talking to somebody. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, one of your
yeah, and he told us like go to there, and then we were talking to them. Sure. We had more clothes than they could even handle. And
again, though, like just goes to show, just go with the flow. Sometimes trust the process.
Take action. Yeah. I mean, so.